Yeah, just waiting to make sure we got it going on again. It's taken some time to get this right, but I want to make sure that we're having a great experience for yourselves. Okay, so it looks like we are online again. Hopefully, this will work this time. So, what I'm doing is reading from A Light in the Attic by Shel Silverstein, some poems and drawings. So, I will start off by reading the first poem entitled "A Light in the Attic." Is a book that was given to me by my aunt and uncle in 1985. A light in the attic. There's a light on in the attic. Though the house is dark and shuttered, I can see a flickering flutter, and I know what it's about. There's a light on in the attic. I can see it from the outside. And if you know you're on the inside, and I know you're on the inside, looking out. I always like that. I'm going to turn the music off just so that if there are any copyright infringements, we won't get any problems. So there's a number of ones that are cool. So I'm going to read another one. How many, how much? How many slams in an old screen door? Depends how loud you shut it. How many slices in a bread? Depends how thin you cut it. How much good inside a day? Depends how good you live 'em. How much love inside a friend? Depends how much you give 'em. All right, next is called Moon Catching Net. And this is the drawing, so you can have a little imagery. Okay, so moon catching net. I've made me a moon catching net, and I'm going hunting tonight. I'll run along swinging it over my head and grab it for that big ball of light. So tomorrow, just look at the sky, and if there's no moon, you can bet. I've found what I sought, and I finally caught the moon in my moon catching net. But if the moon's still shining there, look close underneath, and you'll get a clear look at me in the sky swinging free with a star in my moon catching net. I'm going to put this down a little bit just so that we can kind of, involve the reading. This is Shel Silverstein picture. Really kind of cool, right? Okay, so hammock. Poor kid. He goes, hammock. Grandma sent me the hammock. The good Lord sent the breeze. I'm here to do the swinging. Now who's going to move the trees? The poor kid doesn't have it. So, how not to have to dry the dishes. This is a book. This is the picture. How not to have to dry the dishes. If you have to dry the dishes, such an awful boring chore. If you have to dry the dishes instead of going to the store. If you have to dry the dishes and you drop one on the floor, maybe they won't let you dry the dishes anymore. Okay, there's one called Stop Thief. Policeman, policeman, help me please. Someone went and stole my knees. I chased them down, but I suspect my feet and legs just won't connect. Right? Okay, here we go. On to the next one. The Sitter. I like this one. Mrs. McTwitter, the babysitter. I think she's a little bit crazy. She thinks a babysitter's supposed to sit upon the baby. Here we go. Prayer of the Selfish Child. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my toys to break, so none of the other kids can use them. Amen. That poor kid. Oh man, I love it. I pray the Lord my toys to break. Okay, this one's called What Did? What did the carrot say to the wheat? Let us rest. I'm feeling beat. What did the paper say to the pen? I feel quite all right, my friend. What did the teapot say to the chalk? Nothing, you silly. Teapots can't talk. This is fun, right? Okay, shaking. Shaking. Geraldine, now stop shaking that cow. For heaven's sake, you shake that cow and the cow's sake. For your sake and the cow's sake. Wait, let me start over again. So, Geraldine, now stop shaking that cow. For heaven's sake, for heaven's sake, for your sake and for the cow's sake. That's the dumbest way I've seen to make a milkshake. Man, that cow can't make a milkshake by shaking the cow. Signals. When the light is green, you go. When the light is red, you stop. But what do you do when the light turns blue with orange and lavender spots? This one's called Picture Puzzle Piece. And it's a little longer one. So let me get in the right frame of mind here. One picture puzzle piece lying on the sidewalk. One picture puzzle piece soaking in the rain. It might be a button of blue on the coat of the woman who lived in a shoe. It might be a magical bean or a fold in the red velvet robe of a queen. It might be the one little bite of the apple her stepmom gave to Snow White. It might be the veil of a bride or the bottle with something evil genie inside. It might be a small tuft of hair on the big bouncy belly of Bobo the bear. It might be a bit of the cloak of the witch of the west as she melted to smoke. It might be a shadowy trace of a tear that runs down an angel's face. Nothing has more possibilities than wet picture puzzle piece. And there's a little puzzle piece there. Sorry if I messed these up just a little bit, but I'm trying to get the right flavor of this and also get myself set up. This is the first time I'm reading live, and I kind of like it. I hope you guys enjoy these poems because I certainly do. From when I was a kid, and I am just gonna push this a little bit out of my way so I don't have to get the phone in myself. So here we go. Draw a crazy picture. Okay, so it's called Put Something In. Draw a crazy picture. Write a nutty poem. Sing a mumble gumble song. Whistle through your comb. Okay, wait, it says, okay, draw a crazy picture. Write a nutty poem. Sing a mumble jumble song. Whistle through your comb. Do a loony goony dance. Cross the kitchen floor. Put something silly that ain't been there before. It's cool. You got to kind of get these a little bit sometimes. So, okay, this one's called Monsters I've Met. Monsters I've Met. I met a ghost, but he didn't want it. He only wanted to know the way to Denver. I met a devil, but he didn't want my soul. He only wanted to borrow my bike a while. I met a vampire, but he didn't want my blood. He only wanted 2 nickels for a dime. I kept meeting all the right people at all the wrong times. It's so cute, right? Here we go. I'm gonna do another one. I hope you're enjoying these. I certainly am. Okay, this one's called Rock and Roll Band, and it's actually one of the ones I loved when I was a kid. So I'm going to show you the picture. Hey, rock and roll. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one. Gonna read this one well. If we were a rock and roll band, we'd travel all over the land. We'd play and we'd sing and we'd wear spangly things if we were a rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band and we were to and we were up there on the stand, the people would hear us and love us and cheer us, hooray for that rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band, then we'd have a million fans. We'd giggle and we'd laugh and sign autographs if we were a rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band, the people would all kiss our hands. We'd be millionaires and have extra long hair if we were a rock and roll band. But we ain't no rock and roll band. We're just seven kids in the sand with homemade guitars, pails and jars, and drums, potato chip cans. Just seven kids in the sand, talking and waving our hands and dreaming and thinking, oh, wouldn't it be grand if we were a rock and roll band? I'll show you that picture again because it's so cool. You know, and the great part is that I actually ended up becoming going into doing rock and roll. So I was in a rock and roll band after reading this poem. Uh, this one's called Something Missing. I remember putting on my socks. I remember I put on my shoes. I remember I put on my tie that was painted in beautiful purples and blues. I remember I put on my coat to look perfectly grand at the dance, yet I feel there is something missing. I may forgot. What is it? What is it? I don't know. Maybe he forgot his pants. All right, memorizing Mo. Mo memorized the dictionary, but just can't seem to find a job or anyone who wants to marry someone who memorized the dictionary. Some of these are so silly. I love that. I love that, Shel Silverstein. You know, it's funny because I mean, I got this and I was like, oh, you know, Shel Silverstein. People, you know, they were like, this is really great. But you know, it's funny. I don't know that I ever had somebody sit down and read them to me. So, so I'm glad that you know, I'm actually getting the chance to do this, and you know, we'll see how far we get. I definitely have a couple favorites. But I mean, going through here, it's like there's one I want to get to. Uh, where is it? There's one called "Ladies First," which I thought was always so funny. Because oh, okay. Well, there's this one's great. You know, some of them it's because I just love the uh. Okay, where is it? Where is it? You know, it's fine. I feel like here we go. This one's kind of cool. Bear in there. Bear in there. There's a polar bear in our Frigidaire. He likes it 'cause it's cold in there. With his seat in the meat and his face in the fish and his big hairy paws in the buttery dish. He's nibbling the noodles. He's munching the rice. He's slurping the soda. He's licking the ice. And he lets out a roar if you open the door, and it gives me a scare to know he's in there, that polary bear in our Frigidaire. I always liked that people showed me the pictures. Okay. Superstitious. This one's a good one. Superstitious. The picture is fine, but like I just like the I think I folded this at one point in time. Okay. If you are superstitious, you'll never step on cracks. When you see a ladder, you will never walk beneath it. And if you spill some salt, you'll throw some across your back. All right, let's start it again. Okay, superstitious. If you are superstitious, you'll never step on cracks. When you see a ladder, you will never walk beneath it. And if you ever spill some salt, you'll throw some across your back. And carry round a rabbit's foot just in case you need it. You'll pick up and pin that you'll find. You'll pick up any pin that you find lying on the ground, and never, never, ever throw your hat upon the bed or open an umbrella when you are in the house. You'll bite your tongue each time you say a thing you shouldn't have said. You'll hold your breath and cross your fingers walking by a graveyard. And number 13's never gonna do you any good. Black cats will all look vicious if you're superstitious. But I'm not superstitious, knock on wood. I didn't know what what superstitions were. So like after reading this, I sort of got the idea that these were all things that were superstitions, you know? So, I hope this is fun. I wanted to read a couple more. Let's see. Oh, the Blivery. Maybe I'll skip that one. That's called The Pirate. If you have any ones that you like, especially, please put them in the comments if you know Light in the Attic. I'd love to be able to read them for you if that's something that you're interested in. I had tried to do these before, but what happened was my internet went out, so now I actually have I am still going live. Herc. Let's see. The Unscratchable Itch. I like this one. Unscratchable Itch. There's a spot you can't there's a spot that you can't scratch right between your shoulder blades, like an egg that just won't hatch. Here you sit, and there it stays. Turn and squirm, I'll try to reach it. Twist your neck and bend your back. Hear your elbows creak and crack. Stretch your fingers, now you bet it's going to reach. No, no, that won't get it. Hold your breath and stretch and pray, only just an inch away. Worse than a sunbeam you can't catch. It's the one spot that you can't scratch. I feel like I can perform these better. I should have maybe read them through, but then who would have gone live? Squishy touch. Everything King Midas touched turned to gold, that lucky fellow. Every single thing I touch turns to raspberry jello. Today I touched the kitchen wall. Squish. I went and punched my brother Paul. Splish. I tried to fix my bike last week. Sploosh. And kissed my mother on the cheek. Galoosh. I got into my overshoes. Sklush. I tried to read the evening news. Smush. I sat down in the easy chair. Splush. I tried to comb my wavy hair. Slush. I took a dive into the sea. Glush. Would you like to shake hands with me? Skloosh. She can't win. She's not a King Midas. She's a King Sklush. Here's one that I like. I like the picture more than the poem, but I think the poem is really great. So I'll show you the picture after I've read it. All right. The homework machine. The homework machine, oh, the homework machine. Most perfect contraption that's ever been seen. Just put in your homework, then drop in a dime. Snap on the switch, and in 10 seconds' time, your homework comes out quick and clean as can be. Here it is, 9 plus 4. The answer is 3. 3? Oh, me. I guess it's not as perfect as I thought it would be. Get it? There's a kid doing the homework. I love that. Okay, 8 balloons. 8 balloons was no one buying. All broke loose one afternoon. 8 balloons with strings of flying, free to do what they wanted to. One flew up to touch the sun. Pop. One thought highways might be fun. Pop. One took a nap in a cactus pile. Pop. One stayed to play with a careless child. Pop. One tried to taste some bacon frying. Pop. One fell in love with a porcupine. Pop. One looked close in a crocodile's mouth. Pop. One sat around till his air ran out. Whoosh! 8 balloons no one was buying. They broke loose and away they flew, free to float and free to fly, and free to pop where they wanted to. Isn't that cool? I like that one. All right. So here's another one. actions. No, Asians. Oh, it's called Asians, right? If we meet and I say hi, there's a salutation. If you ask me how I feel, that's consideration. If we stop and talk a while, that's a conversation. If we understand each other, that's communication. If we argue, scream, and fight, that's an altercation. If we later apologize, that's reconciliation. If we help each other home, that's cooperation. And all these Asians added up make civilization. And if I say this is a wonderful poem, is that exaggeration? Yes, yes. It's good. It's good. All right, musical career. I think this is where I got my deluded ideas about being creative. No, it's not. It's not. It's not a deluded idea to be creative. I'm just feeling myself out here. Okay, musical career. She wanted to play the piano, but her hands couldn't reach the keys. When her hands could finally reach the keys, her feet couldn't reach the floor. When her hands could finally reach the keys and her feet could reach the floor, she didn't want to play that old piano anymore. Aw, it's hard because I don't know which way is which. The musical career. I love these. Anteater. A genuine anteater, the pet man told my dad. Turned out it was an aunt eater, and now my uncle's mad. Okay. Here. Let's see. Over oh. That's a funny one. Um yeah, because these are going fast, right? Who knows how long we'll go. All right. So bucking bronco. Can you ride that bunkin' bronco? Can you stay in that old saddle till your teeth begin to rattle? Can you whoop and bounce? Can you stick upon his back? Can you ride the bunkin' bronco while he's snorting, smoking, kicking, and your stomach starts to sicken, and you feel as though your spine's about to crack? I can ride the bucking bronco. I'll just sit up here and whistle till his strength begins to fizzle, and he knows that I'm his master finally. I'll tame that bucking bronco. You can see me sitting easy. Here's the bucking bronco. Here's me. It's definitely more of a picture poem. See, the bucking bronco. This is him. He didn't quite make it. All right. Some of these I remember, some of these I don't, I really wish I could find the one that I'm thinking. It's hot. Okay. Here's one I liked. Overdues. What do I do? What do I do? This library book is 42 years overdue. I admit that it's mine, but I can't pay the fine. Should I turn it in or hide it again? What do I do? What do I do? Come on, guy. Snap. She was opening up her umbrella. She thought it was going to rain when we heard a snap like the clap of the trap, and we never seen her again. All right, I want to try to find one of these guys that were one of my favorites. Gumball Eye. Some of these are shorter than others. Okay, here's the me who with an exactly what. The me who with an exactly what. Okay. All right. So, knock knock. Who's there? Me. Me who? That's right. What's right? Me who? That's what I want to know. What's what you want to know? Me who? Yes, exactly. Exactly what? Yes, I have an exactly what on a chain. What on a chain? Yes. Yes, what? No, exactly what? That's what I want to know. I told you exactly what. Exactly what? Yes. Yes, what? Yes, it's with me. What's with you? Exactly what? That's what's with me. Me who? Yes. Go away. Knock, knock. That's a good one. Some of these, it's like, I almost want to read them more than once. I mean, you know what? So what? Let's try to read that one again in case somebody came in the middle. The me who and exactly what. I swear I'll read it better this time. Knock, knock. Who's there? Me. Me who? That's right. What's right? Me who? I want to know. What's what you want? Me who? Yes, exactly. Exactly what? Yes, I have an exactly what. That's what I want to know. I told you. Exactly what? Exactly what? Yes. Yes, what? Yes, it's with me. What's with you? Exactly what? That's what's with me. Me who? Yes. Go away. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Who's there?